everybody, Marcus Shan here. Hey, if you are wanting to build bulletproof sales confidence and over triple your income, I'm really excited to share with you my interview with my client, Tanya, who did exactly that. Keep watching and enjoy. All right. Hey, what's going on? Marcus Shan here. Hey, I'm really excited. I have Tanya Sherman here, who's been absolutely crushing in our program. Tanya, you want to introduce yourself and share with us what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an account executive currently at a company called Cascade, but switching over to a new company on Monday. But yeah, I'm in sales.
Awesome. I love it. Super simple, right? So now, before obviously you're in sales, but before you joined our program, what was probably the challenge you were running into?
More so the imposter syndrome, right? I've been in sales for about 7 or 8 years, but always feeling like, man, I'm just not good enough, or just the belief that it'll happen if I just continue to show up and do what I'm supposed to do. And then because of that imposter syndrome, it made conversations just a lot harder. I wasn't being strategic. I was more doing the investigation type discovery calls and stuff like that, because I'm always in my head and having all the questions written down. But then that drastically changed after I had a process in place after, your training.
Awesome. So, for you, and I know before you join our program, you try other coaches, et cetera. For you, why'd you end up choosing our program, at the end of the day?
I think, what helped is experiencing other trainers who, so one kind of had it to where we were going on a one-on-one basis, and he was trying to compact everything in our 1 hour sessions, and it just wasn't working, right? Like a lot of times he was doing more of the work when I'm like, hey, I want you to teach me how to fish for myself so that I can eat when you're not here type of deal. And so this learning style just worked for me, to be able to have the videos to go to, and then be able to still interact with you to get those questions answered. And I just feel like this is just the way education should be kind of moving forward, honestly.
I love that. Right. And I think the cool part about you is, like, you're so coachable. You came to call you such great questions. We were able to get like super granular and like really map out what to do next and understand why. And you came prepared, and that was awesome. So, for you, when you kind of reflect on the whole program, was there anything in particular that really helped you the most?
A couple of things. I think first is just keep it super simple.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to complicate things or make it sound like I'm just super articulate was kind of a part of my thing in the past. But now just listening to your program, and I think I had also heard someone say, like, if I had more time, I would find ways to say less. And so just keeping it super simple just really helped kind of get that clear message across, keep it conversational with folks instead of, again, that interrogation type of, sales conversations. And just learning to listen and validate, like acknowledge that you heard them type stuff was super important. And even before all of that, the mindset piece, like I'm still having, my challenges in creating a routine as a single mom and the kids and stuff. But I definitely start my morning off now with setting my intentions and writing out what it is I'm trying to get done and stuff like that. That was super powerful for me. So, yeah.
I love that, right? Because it's a whole evolution. It's like all these little things that just add up to just who you're becoming today, which is really, really cool. So for you, after you join the program, about how long did it take for you to see just any type of results?
Oh no, they're immediate, because I was like, man, I want to see some value ASAP, and I want to make
gotta make that money back.
Yeah, like let's get in here. But yeah, it was immediate. Again, first that first part regarding the mindset and whatnot, that's an immediate, like, okay, like let's set these intentions and be realistic about a routine. And you're starting off the day getting uncomfortable, whether it's trying to work out or whatever else that I needed to do in my first start of my day. And then even the conversations, just understanding the importance of tonality and stuff like that. So it was an immediate, like, oh, this is good.
I love that. I love that. So for you, about how long did it take for you just to earn back your initial investment?
Less than 6 months.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. You were executing too. I freaking love that. Yeah. So, for you, when you kind of reflect on the program, what were probably your proudest outcomes that you got out of it?
Definitely again, I'm going to always go back to mindset, because like even now when I find myself struggling with something, the first thing I check is mindset, whether it's reading something or going back again to those intentions and whatnot. So I think that was really big for me. And then just learning to research. One of the biggest challenges I would have is, how do I gain their trust? You know, I'm in my head because I'm a person of color. What do we have in common? How can I make this, buddy a little bit? But you talked about the importance of doing the homework on certain things up front, to where after doing the research on the company and their LinkedIn and all that type of stuff, I came armed and ready to point out certain things to where they're like, oh, she knows her stuff. She's kind of done some research on us and kind of where we're at, which opened them up to give me more information. Right. So that was super helpful.
I love that, because you're showing up, you're of equal stats to them, and you truly are a person of value, right? And it's one of those little things where easy to say, hard to do, right? Easy to say, hard to do. So when you kind of reflect back, how has I know we kind of talked about this before, but how has your life changed, since joining the program?
Oh, I bought a house. Extremely new, amazing job coming up, 6-figure base. It's changed drastically. Even just the peace and sureness of self, like that was worth the investment in itself. So yeah,
I love it. Yeah. And well, I appreciate that. And you're not alone, right? A lot of people say that too. They're like, obviously, yeah, making more money is cool. That's all fantastic. But I have just that confidence to know I know what to do, whether I pick up the phone, write an email, do an outreach, have a conversation. I know exactly what to do to move the needle as fast as possible, get my desired outcome without being sleazy or weird, but just being a real authentic human that's of value. So I think it's really, really cool. So for you, where do you think you would be, right now if you hadn't taken action to join our program?
Oh man, I would probably still be, somewhere second guessing myself and just kind of wandering aimlessly and trying to do multiple things. So before this class and starting to see the success and getting the sureness of self, I would always try to be trying to do multiple things. Like if sales doesn't work out, what else could I be learning or doing? Right. But now I know that I know this is for me. So I get to focus on one thing. And, of course, I don't know if you hear my children upstairs. It's a spring break. So we get to be a mommy in the evening time. So
that's why I love it. It's like when you get really good at sales, it's like one of the greatest vehicles for having more time back, right? Like yes. Time with your family, time to do what you want, right? It's time to fill your new house with stuff. Exactly. so if there was someone out there that was watching this, that was a little bit on the fence about joining the program, what would you say to them?
Just do it. Yes, it's scary initially because you're like, man, this is definitely an investment in self, but I think it's the commitment to yourself that really propels you forward, and if you put in the work, you're going to get the results. You need to accelerate your time to value. Like going from making a base of 60 to now joining an organization where I'm at a base of about 200,000, I would say it pays you to just go ahead and make it happen if you can. It might be a stretch, it might be a challenge, but if you commit to yourself, then you can make it happen. I bet on myself. I love it.
That's the absolute truth, right? You bet on yourself, and that's why you drew a line in the sand, you committed, and you made it happen. And that's why I appreciate you so much. So, is there anything else you want to share with us?
I think that's really it. I'm just super grateful for this time and look forward to re-going through the course and, trying to pick up more stuff that maybe I need to learn to get ready for this new position. Because that's the fun thing about the framework and kind of how you have things structured. It's like you give room for us to kind of figure out what should those questions and tailor to where we're at and whatnot. So it's going to be fun going back through those types of things and coming up with the new types of process that's going to meet where this new organization is.
I absolutely love it. Well, thank you so much for being on. I'm just so happy for your success. I know this coming year is going to be absolutely insane for you.
Yeah, thank you. I think so too.
If you enjoyed this interview and you're interested in results like Tanya, who over tripled her income, started closing a lot more deals, built a bulletproof sales conference, bought a house, completely changed her life, go ahead, click the button below to see if we can do the same for you. Choose a time on the calendar and we'll dive into your situation, see if we can help you do the same thing as well. Thank you so much for watching.